groundbreaking exploration of South Asia. CCTV cameras visit Bhutan, India and Nepal, shedding light on these exotic countries and the lives of their people. A traditional artist, a dancer, a rebellious youngster, an archer, a pilot. People from very different backgrounds paint for us a full picture of what it's like to live in the region. By knowing the people, you can know how South Asia is changing. Images of South Asia, coming next on CCTV News.
It's late October in Jaipur and the city is preparing for the start of Diwali. The 5-day festival is the most important holiday of the year for Hindus. Each of the 5 days has its own special significance. Jaipur is the capital of the western Indian province of Rajasthan. The city has many historic buildings, some Hindu and some Muslim in style. The dominant pink colour dates from 1876, during British rule, when the city hosted a magnificent welcoming ceremony for the future King Edward VII, the son of Queen Victoria. The local chieftain ordered that every wall lining a street be painted pink, which in the local Rajput culture is the colour signifying highest respect. Still today, the walls are regularly repainted to keep them looking fresh. Calendula flowers are in great demand before the festival. Vehicles often stop for the peddlers, ignoring the traffic jam they may be causing. In Hinduism, calendula wreaths represent fire and purity. No religious ceremony can be held without them. Other essentials for the festival are green tree branches and sugar cane. The straight branches stand for morality and the sugar for a happy and sweet life. Jaipur is famous for its desserts, which during Diwali commonly feature as offerings. The excitement is building up in Aditya's office ahead of the festival. Aditya works for a Chinese company. To the left of his workstation is a small shrine honouring the Hindu god Ganesha. Ganesha is one of the most popular deities in India. He is widely revered for his ability to remove obstacles in life. Aditya works for his company's customer service department. He joined it immediately after university, where he gained a degree in telecommunications in 2006. He feels lucky to have found this job.
Everybody wants to get electronics and communication. I can frankly tell you, and you will see it. The reason being that the same person can get the offer for the electronics fabrication, IC fabrication. He can get a job in IT field. He can get a job in electrical field also, and as well as he can get a job in telecommunication, which is very emerging right now.
There are no female workers to be seen in the office. Even in today's India, women still have a long way to go before they achieve equality in the workplace and at school.
The education standard is not very good, and even the penetration is not very good. Like in the villages, even in the cities, you can see lots of kids are there who are not getting education properly, and most of them cases are with the girls. People are not very aware to getting. They want the boys to be educated, but the girls, they are not caring. It's very pity as far as I'm concerned.
Aditya and his colleagues must work overtime ahead of the week-long holiday, which starts tomorrow. In the slums of Mumbai, by contrast, the coming festival is going unnoticed. It's here that Rubina Ali, the actress who played the child Latika in Slumdog Millionaire, lives. There are no road signs in this labyrinth. Finding Rubina's home would be impossible without help from the girl herself and her father. Her father is a carpenter. He started work when he was 15, repairing wooden furniture. The family are living temporarily on the ground floor. Their second floor home is being rebuilt, having been damaged in a fire. In real life, she has the same look of innocence that she conveyed on screen.
They are good to give the selection. Then he, in all 500 children, he take me to do Latika. After the film is my last chance. We have a nice house to stay here. Then everyone know me too, where I do acting in the Slumdog Millionaire.
The huge success of Slumdog Millionaire transformed her life. The government awarded her an education grant. She studied Urdu and then English before moving on to a course in performing arts.
First time I'm learning that language, that's why I'm happy to learn. And I want to learn every language to somebody that come that language, I can talk with them in that language only.
The studio gave her family an apartment, but it isn't ready yet, so they haven't moved in. 1 million people in Mumbai are still living in slums. Rubina is one of the very few lucky enough to escape. The gods seem to have smiled on her, giving her the opportunity to change her life. But her good fortune has its limits. Her film role has not launched her onto a career as a Bollywood star or a favourite in commercials, but she's working hard to develop herself. And she remains the envy of the other children in this neighbourhood. They all dream that one day they may share her good fortune. In Kochi, on India's southwest coast, a fisherman called Augustin is playing his trade the traditional way. He does this for up to 8 hours a day, beginning at 7 o'clock in the morning. People here say that the fishing nets they use were brought by the Chinese Admiral Zheng He when he made a voyage to the west in the 15th century. Historically, Kochi was the busiest port in India and the world's leading centre of the trade in spices. The foreign cultures carried here by the trading ships took root here, evidenced by the Portuguese-style palaces and castles, the Christian churches, the Jewish quarters and the other European-style buildings. Fishing is a very old profession, and many families have been fishermen for generations. Kochi is not only close to the sea, it also has many rivers, yet the traditional fisherman's way of life is under threat due to the dwindling aquatic resources.
And 22 years, too much leave coming here, no working. No fish, big problem. The fishermen people, family is a problem. So big tension. The family, wife and children's. No food, no fish, no food. It's a big problem.
Each household receives 60 rupees a month in compensation from the local government. With the aquatic resources almost exhausted, it's becoming increasingly difficult to make a living. Augustin has been fishing here for decades and is tied to the river emotionally, but he has a very different career plan for his children.
No coming, my children not coming here. Father before, half fisherman, half other job. My children not coming there. Why here no fish? Going to looking for the job. Children, I take welding job. My son, my daughter, the computer studying. University from Ernakulam. And finish in maybe 2-3 years back and go to welding training.
Around 10 o'clock every morning, the water hyacinth starts arriving from upstream. It's a major problem for the fishermen as it remains here for the whole day. They have to cast their nets between patches of the plant. As always, Augustin rows his small boat to the far side of the river. Like a fifth of the population here, his family are Christians, and he's going to church. The quietness marks Kochi apart from most Indian cities. The prevailing religion here is Hinduism, which is closely associated with a key element of the local culture, a mysterious traditional dance drama. When evening falls, at a modern theatre on the far side of the city, a dancer named Vikal is preparing for a Kathakali performance. Even as it advances along the fast track of modernization, India keeps its traditions very much alive. Kathakali is a form of dance drama in which body language and facial expression are employed to relate tales from mythology. Most of these tales come from two epic narratives, Mahabharata and Ramayana. The makeup is highly dramatic and symbolic, green for the heroes, red for the villains, and black for the hunters. Kathakali is danced only by men. Today, Vigil is playing a female role. It's usual before a performance for the dancers to demonstrate the facial expressions they will be using.
The powers of disposition are classified mainly into 9 categories. First one, Saranklaram, which means love.
Dancers adjust their facial expressions through movements of the eyes, eyebrows, mouth, eyelids, cheeks and neck. In addition, in Kathakali, there are 24 basic hand gestures with which the characters can also reveal their emotions.
Bhayanati, fear. Bibelsam, repulsion. Adbhutam, wonder.
On stage, a Kathakali performer is believed to achieve unity of the body and soul. Training starts at a very young age, before the body is fully developed.
When I was a baby, my father often bring me to the temple festival to watch this dance, and I go there with him, and gradually I feel I want to be a dancer.
He attends 3 training sessions a week and gives a performance every evening. The rest of the time he spends farming. His income as a Kathakali dancer is not nearly enough to live on, so every morning he's transformed into a banana farmer, and every evening he reverts to being an artist. Like every other Kathakali dancer, Vigil is driven by his love for the stories about the gods.
Thank you.
It's the first afternoon of the Diwali festival, and Aditya can finally relax with his friends. The young people filling his living room are relatives and close neighbours. The fast pace of big city life tends to leave people alienated from one another. Diwali is a chance for them to catch up. Aditya was born in the countryside. He came to the city to live with his grandparents when he won a place at university. Now the 3 of them are sharing a home with Aditya's uncle's family. His parents remain in the countryside.
Activities, they're stuck.
In family, you are emotionally attached to each other. If you are in trouble, if you are in pain, your family will come first to serve you, to help you. But in the outside world, people take time, they are not very attached to you. They will not bother easily with your problems. So it's better to be living in a big family.
His grandfather is decorating the next room. Each deity's picture should have its own calendula wreath. The first day of Diwali honours Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity and good fortune. There are also photographs of the family ancestors, each with a small light in the forehead. Diwali, the festival of lights, celebrates the victory of light over darkness and goodness over evil. For this reason, it has another name, Deepavali, meaning killing devils. Aditya's grandfather and uncle are testing the cables they made. His grandmother and aunt are busy in the kitchen. Eating and drinking are not an important component of the festival. The family don't even sit together for dinner on the first day. However, food must be available in the kitchen for anyone feeling hungry. The aunt washes the earthen bowls. These will be used to hold lights. The coins are carefully rinsed clean, ready to be placed before Lakshmi's shrine. The city of Delhi is well known for its spice market. Here, hundreds of small shops have been run by the same families for several generations. Because of the festival, business is brisk. The shops are piled with curry, fennel, mung beans, hot peppers, cinnamon, masala and dried fruit. India produces nearly half of the spices consumed worldwide. Historically, the country prospered from the spice trade. This naturally attracted the attention of Western colonialists. The Westerners came to India not only for its spices, but also for its cotton and tea. Here at the huge spice market, visitors feel their noses are being assaulted by a powerful odour. Bansal, who has worked here for years, is immune to the smell. He works for two brothers. The younger one is the manager. The elder brother sets the prices, while Bansal takes care of sales. Bansal comes originally from a nearby village. He started work here at the age of 20 and has never left. Now he is the father of 3 children.
और 25 साल मेरा बिजनेस करता हुआ है हर चीज की बोई घर तक की गारंटी हमारे हल्की आइटम को चलती है तो देना पसंद नहीं करते एक बार चला गया तो आप दोबारा नहीं आओगे हमारे यहाँ काबली चने जो बात ये है सुनो हाँ जी काबली चना क्या हो काबली 60 रुपए किलो रेट में माल में रेट की और चीज की हर चीज की गारंटी है माल मैडम जी जो सब बढ़िया होता है हमारे यहाँ इन ड्राई फ्रूट जितना ये सब बाहर से आता है हमारे इंडिया में ये मसाले टोटल इंडिया ड्राई फ्रूट अफगानिस्तान पाकिस्तान ईरान 3 कंट्री ड्राई फ्रूट के लिए फिक्स इंडिया के लिए अपना मसाला टोटल देखो खा के देखो खट्टी मीठी है मीठी है वो लंबे अंगूर दोनों
It's sunset and the holiest time of the Diwali festival is drawing near. Atidya has changed into his best clothes. His aunt places the first candle in Atidya's room. From the outside to the inside, the candles are located to guide the goddess into their house.
कहाँ पे रखना है?
This evening, when people and gods are communing, human relationships become warmer. On this day, the goddess is supposed to come down from heaven. Wherever her eyes fall, wealth and good fortune follow. So people light candles and open their doors and windows to attract her attention. Atidya holds on to the last two candles. Now comes the second ceremony, where the whole family gathers around the shrine. There they will pray to their ancestors and to the gods. After the last candle is lit, Atidya, his uncle and his aunt go to the kitchen. They gently touch the old woman's feet. A tradition of Diwali, this gesture is a show of the utmost respect for the elderly.
Basically ensures your dignity, your collectiveness, and it also gives you a chance to meet each and everybody. Because in the daily routine, when you are working from 9 in the morning to 9 in the night, it is not possible to meet each and everybody or to contact him. It's good for the society also, because more we interact with each other, more we learn, more we understand each other, and it is good for relationships.
The climax of the festival comes at around 9 o'clock, when people gather in the streets to watch the display of lights. This is the goddess Lakshmi's day. She smiles on the crowd and waves. In this way, she spreads good fortune on everyone present. In the street, young men are setting off fireworks. Atidya and his family prefer to stay at home and set off their fireworks. This, after all, is a festival for the family.
लगाया क्या? कौन सा है? बस ये ले. हाँ हो गया. आजा. देख.